What if everything you were taught about human history was wrong? Imagine stumbling upon an object so advanced it shouldn't exist, or a structure so massive that modern cranes can't even lift it. We like to think we understand our past, but the deeper we dig, the more we find artifacts that shatter our laws of physics and rewrite our timelines. History is a puzzle, where some pieces simply don't fit, leaving experts baffled and textbooks rewritten as we peel back the layers of time to reveal a past that is far more complex than we ever dared to imagine. Welcome back to our deep dive into the unknown, and today we are exploring 23 archaeological discoveries that defy logic and science, challenging every foundation of modern understanding. We begin with the Antikythera mechanism, a corroded lump of bronze recovered from a Roman shipwreck in 1901 that turned out to be the world's first analog computer, featuring a complex system of over 30 bronze gears used to track the cycles of the solar system and predict eclipses with terrifying accuracy, a level of technology that shouldn't have appeared for another 1,000 years. In the dusty outskirts of Baghdad, researchers found clay jars containing copper cylinders and iron rods known as the Baghdad batteries, which some scientists suggest were used for electroplating or basic pain relief through electricity, implying our ancestors understood electrochemical cells 2 millennia before the battery was officially invented. Standing tall in the quarries of Aswan is the unfinished obelisk, a massive granite monument weighing nearly 1,200 tons that was abandoned when a crack appeared. But it leaves us with the impossible question of how the ancient Egyptians intended to lift or transport a single stone that outweighs most modern cranes. In the hidden archives of the world, the Voynich manuscript remains the ultimate linguistic enigma, a medieval book filled with an undecipherable script and hand-drawn illustrations of celestial maps and botanical species that do not exist on Earth, leading some to believe it is a message from another dimension, or a sophisticated ancient hoax that has fooled the best code breakers for centuries. High in the Andes, the walls of Sacsayhuaman feature stones weighing over 100 tons that were shaped with such precision that they lock together like a jigsaw puzzle without a drop of mortar, so tight that even a razor blade cannot slide between them, defying our understanding of ancient masonry tools. The Piri race map, drawn in 1513 by a Turkish admiral, depicts the coastline of Antarctica with stunning detail hundreds of years before the frozen continent was discovered, even showing land masses as they appeared before they were covered in ice, suggesting a lost era of global seafaring. Deep beneath the earth in China, the Longyu Caves consist of 24 massive man-made caverns carved into solid siltstone with uniform chisel marks that cover every surface, yet there is absolutely no historical record of who built them or where the million cubic meters of excavated stone went. On the remote island of Pohnpei, the ruins of Nan Madol consist of nearly 100 artificial islands built from 250 million tons of basalt columns, stacked like logs in the middle of the ocean, by a culture that, according to local legend, used magic to fly the stones into place because no boat could carry them. The Iron Pillar of Delhi has stood in the open air for over 1,600 years without a single speck of rust, showcasing a level of metallurgical purity and phosphorus coating that modern chemical engineers still struggle to replicate today. In the hills of Turkey, Göbekli Tepe has completely shattered our timeline of human history, as this massive megalithic temple dates back 11,000 years, a time when humans were supposed to be primitive hunter-gatherers, without the organization or tools to move 20-ton pillars carved with intricate animal reliefs. The Costa Rican stone spheres are hundreds of perfectly round orbs scattered across the jungle, some weighing 16 tons, carved from hard volcanic rock by a culture that left no tools or explanation for how they achieved such geometric perfection. Throughout Europe, archaeologists have unearthed over 100 Roman dodecahedrons, hollow bronze objects with 12 flat faces and holes of varying sizes, yet no Roman text ever mentions them, leaving us to guess if they were knitting tools, surveying instruments, or something far more esoteric. The Sajama lines in Bolivia are a network of thousands of perfectly straight paths cut into the high-altitude terrain, covering an area 15 times larger than the famous Nazca lines and running for miles with a level of linear precision that would require modern GPS to maintain. In a New Zealand cave, explorers discovered the Mount Owen Moa claw, a terrifyingly well-preserved foot with skin, scales, and muscle still attached, looking as if the creature died yesterday, even though the moa bird has been extinct for thousands of years. The Gate of the Sun at Tiwanaku is a single block of andesite weighing 10 tons that features a complex calendar system carved into its surface, showing astronomical alignments that suggest the builders had a mastery of the stars that rivaled modern observatories. Hidden deep in the heart of Turkey is the underground city of Derinkuyu, which could house 20,000 people across 18 levels with sophisticated ventilation shafts, stables, and chapels, all carved into volcanic rock to create a subterranean fortress that defies the limits of ancient engineering. The Baigong pipes in China are iron-like structures embedded inside a mountain and a lake that some laboratory tests claim are 150,000 years old, raising the impossible question of who was forging iron pipes long before the first human civilizations ever emerged. The Kimbaya artifacts are small, golden figures found in South America that possess the exact aerodynamic properties of modern fighter jets, complete with wings, stabilizers, and cockpits, leading many to wonder if ancient man had mastered the secrets of flight. In Scotland, the Cocknow stone is a 5,000-year-old slab covered in mysterious cup and ring marks that some astronomers believe is a complex star map representing solar eclipses and planetary alignments from a forgotten age. The Shroud of Turin remains the most studied artifact in human history, as science cannot explain how a photorealistic negative image of a crucified man was burned into the fibers without any trace of pigment or ink. The genetic disc is a strange stone artifact from South America that depicts the microscopic stages of human biological development, including the fusion of sperm and egg, which should have been impossible to see or document before the invention of the microscope. The Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned to true north with a precision of 3/60ths of a degree, a mathematical feat that requires a level of geodetic knowledge that history tells us didn't exist for thousands of years after its construction. Finally, the Yonaguni Monument off the coast of Japan features massive underwater terraces, right-angled steps, and carved symbols that appear to be a sunken city from the last ice age, predating all known civilizations and forcing us to reconsider the true origin of human culture. These 23 discoveries are silent witnesses to a history we are only beginning to understand, reminding us that for every answer we find, 10 more mysteries emerge from the shadows of the past. If these findings prove anything, it's that the world is far more mysterious than we choose to believe, and the truth is often hidden right beneath our feet, waiting for someone brave enough to look. Which of these discoveries do you think is the most impossible? Is there a lost civilization we've completely forgotten? Or is science just scratching the surface? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through the impossible, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. Thanks for watching, and stay curious because the next discovery might just change everything we know about the world.